So I wanted to do a quick update now that I've had my first Remicade treatment during this whole pandemic. I know some people might be worried about how the treatments are going to be handled, so I hope to put your mind at ease a little bit. So it was different. It was a little weird. Normally I find treatment to be a very kind of casual and welcoming environment. Like, I've been going for years now, so I find like I know the nurses, that you just walk right in, walk to the back, grab a chair. It's fine. It is like routine, and I'm used to it. But this time, you walk in, locked doors everywhere, and the nurses are behind the plexiglass, and they would hand you a mask before even talking to you. And what they did was so after you put the mask on, they ask you all of the standard questions in relation to COVID. Like, have you traveled? Do you know anyone who's traveled? Are you in contact with anyone who's traveled? Do you have these symptoms? List them off. No, for me and all of those friends, I have been self-isolating for 14 days now. Yeah, it's a little nuts, but so I'm safe on those sides. So once you go back, they actually had us separated into separate rooms, which is not the norm. Normally there's 4 of us crowded into a tiny little back space. But I guess because it's run out of a doctor's office that must be closed right now, they were able to use the exam rooms as treatment rooms. So that was actually a nice little side effect to all of this. I could get used to having a private room when I go for treatment. The nurses were all in like head to toe protective gear. There was one nurse who would stay 6 feet away at all times, and another who would administer the injection and take your vitals and stuff along the way. So yeah, like, you felt very safe the whole time. It felt scary because it was all very surreal, going from this whole typical treatment experience where it's just very like casual and warm and welcoming to this very like insanely sterile environment. Was very, very weird, for lack of a better term. So I did find that the time almost flew by more because I felt like I was in a different world. But I felt safe the whole time. But it was never lost on me just how serious it is to get treatment under these conditions and this just horrible time that the world is going through. So everything went really well, and I felt very protected. So I just want anybody else who's going for treatment not to be afraid, because they are taking every step imaginable to keep you safe. And to me personally, I think it's more important for us to get this treatment that saves our lives on so many levels than it is to go without. The benefits just outweigh the risks for me. So I'm going to keep continuing with treatment, of course. And I mean, that's my opinion. So yeah, just don't be afraid of it. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm always available here or on my Instagram. So yeah, you'll be okay. You're safe. You're protected. It's nothing to be scared of.